Hello everyone, what's up? Hope everyone of you have been doing great all this while when there was no episodes coming in. As we had over 8 episodes in season 1 and there was a great response. Thank you so much everyone. And coming up with the next part, guess what will be the numbers of episodes in season 2 approximately be having? We can definitely say 6 plus episodes for sure. One more question you might be having, that is, what exactly is season 2 based on? So in season 2 we will be more focusing on the Indian female calisthenics athletes, their journey of pursuing at calisthenics to becoming a champion, to a coach, mentor, and definitely how they inspire many others, and a lot more to discuss about each and every athlete in the coming episode. So make sure to tune in to every Monday at 12 pm at your nearest podcast platform. Also, you can listen to the podcast even while you're doing household chores, working out at the gym, doing calisthenics, or maybe driving, or might be stuck in the traffic. Hopefully not. Or just want to get yourself motivated by getting to know these amazing athletes around the worldwide and get to know how they made it on the top. Anyways, let's not waste a lot of time and dive into today's episodes. Guess who do we have today? It's none other than the national champion Hemasree. So hi Hema, how are you?
Hey Kaustubh, I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I am doing good.
Yeah.
How are you feeling to be back on season 2, episode 1 of Zero to Calisthenics podcast?
So, first of all, I really appreciate and thank you so much for having me here again. And thank you, man. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to share to the people about my journey. And again, just thank you.
I am happy for it. The last time we recorded podcast was for Calisthenics Beast, the rise of calisthenics in the Silicon Valley.
Correct.
Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed, and there was like lots of listens on the podcast. Thank you so much, everyone, for the great response.
It's amazing. I think it was more fun because Ashwin was there.
Yeah, Ashwin was there.
Yeah.
Hema, how old are you?
So I am 24 and I'm gonna be 25 in October.
25 in October. What date is it?
6th.
I am 2.
What?
October 2.
Oh man, just 4 days difference. I knew your birthday was in October. Yeah.
You're 4 years to me, 4 years, 4 days.
Oh man, 4 years? No. Okay, I feel old.
Come on, it's just like coincidence. 4 days and 4 years, 4 days.
I know, it's too weird. It's super weird. But yeah, you're doing amazing already for your age.
Thank you. Where are you from?
So I was born in Tamil Nadu, a small place called Tirchi, but I was brought up in Bangalore, so I consider myself a hardcore Bangalorean.
Okay. So since like how long have you been in Bangalore?
I think from the 2nd or 3rd month since I was born. I've just been here my entire life. I don't remember any other place growing up. So yeah, it's just here.
So do you go to the place in Tamil Nadu? What was the name?
Tirchi.
Tirchi. Okay, Tirchi Nazar.
Yeah. So yeah, I do go there once a year or maybe twice a year. I'll have a lot of cousins of my age there. So we hang out and then we go places. And usually my parents drag me to temples, typical South Indian family.
That is amazing. Nice.
Yeah.
So what languages do you speak?
So I know Tamil. I speak Tamil. Then in high school, I learned Hindi, Kannada, and also I went for French classes. So yeah, that's about it.
Okay. I only know one word in French. That's all, nothing else.
And that is?
That is chateau.
Oh, okay. All
it's
right.
ridiculous. Never mind.
Yeah.
I guess you did not say English.
I mean, I'm speaking in English, so I
Yeah.
thought, okay, it'll be funny if I
No
said
worries.
that. Hmm.
Okay. So what is your height and your current weight?
So I haven't grown taller than I was in 10th standard, hence it's 150
Same
centimeters.
page.
150 centimeters or 5 feet, barely.
Okay.
And weight, yeah, it's been 49 kilos.
Kilos. Okay,
Yep.
that
Yeah.
is nice.
Yeah. So there's like a
So,
bit of a small story to my weight also. So when I was in college, my weight was 45. And there was a blood donation camp. So I was like, okay, I wanted to donate blood because I was feeling healthy and I wanted to help people. But then when I went there, they were like, you're underweight. And I'm like, what? I'm 45. You're telling me that I'm underweight. And that's when I made a vow to myself that I'm going to be heavy enough to at least donate a blood. And that's why I'm maintaining 49 from then.
wow, that is amazing. So,
Yeah.
did they tell you like, hey, Hema, you are underweight? Your weight should be 49. So you are maintaining 49 kilos? Was it like that?
No. So they just told that I was really underweight and I couldn't donate blood. So obviously, since I'm from a medical background, I checked out my BMI, how much my weight should be for my height and my age. And then it came up to this 49 to 52 range. And the max I can hold on to or I've been sustaining is 49. So that sounded pretty good to me.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Oh, that is nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is your profession? Like, what do you do full time? Calisthenics or you work for?
Okay, so I studied BDS, which is dental college in dental college. So I'm by profession, I'm a dentist.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a year since I went and worked in a clinic, and since the time I graduated dentistry, I've been a calisthenics coach. I used to do both these at one time, but then after the lockdown, I didn't go back to the clinic because of trying to keep my family safe and myself. So right now, it's just I'm purely into calisthenics coaching.
Okay, that is
Yeah.
amazing. So coming
Yeah.
from being a dentist to moving to calisthenics,
Yeah. That's a
lovely.
change. Yeah. Thanks, man.
When did you start calisthenics?
So it was about 5 years back when so I was in dental college, and then I kind of was very not so confident with myself, and then I'm like, I have to do something to make myself feel good or confident and happy. And by then Ashwin was already into calisthenics. He was in engineering and he was doing calisthenics, so he's like, why don't you come and just give it a try. So it's been 5 to 6 years now, and I just couldn't be any happier.
Wow, that is amazing. You know that
Yeah.
what you are doing, what makes you happy, and I'm so happy that calisthenics is, has brought you the
Definitely.
confidence, the things to overcome. Everything
Definitely,
else.
man. Definitely
Yeah,
changed the life. That's one word
yeah.
I could say.
Goes
Hmm.
same with me, okay? When it goes same
Hmm.
with me. When I was like introvert kind of stuff, I'm
Yeah.
still kind of an introvert, but still
Yeah.
I was not. I was having a lot of stage fear. I would never
Mm,
go on stage
mm,
and
mm,
talk.
mm,
When I
mm.
joined calisthenics, I got a chance to become a calisthenics coach. I met a lot of
Yeah.
people, helped
That's
me
really
grow.
crazy.
Yeah, I guess
I,
Ashwin Sohail have seen me since day one.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's been talking about you from that day, man. Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's
your reason of starting calisthenics is really inspiring, and I hope whoever is
thank
listening to
you.
this will get them there too.
Definitely, definitely. I hope so too.
Have you been into any other sports?
Um, so from school, I've been into athletics. I used to do long jump. I used to throw shot put. So I used to be like, again, like what to say, like number one in my school for shot put. And I would be the coaching team leader for throw ball as well. And the only thing for fun I do is badminton. So I try to do as many sport activities as possible. So yeah, these are the things that I do.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shot put.
Yeah,
Did you-
short put. So actually, the funny thing is, I had two friends in school who were quite, what do I say, quite big, okay? And they were my best friends. And in spite of that, I would beat them in shot put, and that would give me like a boost of confidence that I just couldn't explain, you know? Yeah, it's been crazy actually.
I understand. When you defeat someone who is out of, it's of course that you can. People will
I,
judge like, oh, what will she beat him? He's bigger, taller, stronger. He looks. But
exactly, yeah.
yeah, when you prove people wrong, I get the feeling.
Yeah, definitely, man. Yeah.
Who inspire you the most and in what way?
So my biggest, my only, and my first inspiration is Ashwin, and I think you know that. So no, yeah. So the thing is, I don't see many people on social media, or I don't watch inspirational videos and stuff. To be honest, the only two things that inspire me, one is Ashwin, and the second thing is myself. So it not to sound like too selfish or something, but when I look at what I've achieved or what I'm capable of and what I can do, that means when I think about the future of myself, like, hey, I see Hema doing a full planche someday. So these visions that I have in my head is my only inspiration. So even when I feel like I'm completely not motivated, I go back to my Instagram, I start seeing my old videos. And by old videos, I mean in 2018. 2019 was like just the most inspirational time for me. So that's one thing. But apart from that, everyday motivation is Ashwin. When from day one that he started calisthenics, I've seen him grow. I've seen him in his highest and his lowest. And he's just, my biggest like in life person inspiration. And that's the biggest thing for me.
When you said twin, I got goosebumps and I felt that awe moment, Oh my god. Actually, if you're listening to this, you're the luckiest person on the planet, man.
Oh, I'm luckiest actually.
Yeah, you are, but hats off. Thank you so much for
Definitely.
bringing
Definitely.
whoever, whatsoever Hema is today. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the reason for so many people, man. So many people. Like I have seen in my personal life, they come up to me and they say, "So yeah, he's my biggest inspiration."
That's amazing,
Yeah,
By the way,
yeah.
Talking about your inspiration getting into calisthenics, 18, 19 being your top highest of the peak. So when was your first competition and how was your experience?
Okay, so there was the first ever calisthenic competition in Mumbai that you had gone to, I think.
Yes.
So, yeah. So the funny thing about that is I wanted to be there. So I called up the AISW people and I'm like, hey guys, so I want to participate. Is there a female category there that I could participate? And they were like, I'm so sorry, there is no female category, but if you can join in the male category. And I was like, okay. And at that time, the male category, I could still do it. But then obviously I wouldn't have the timing or the endurance to do everything in a, like a short amount of period. So that's when I was like, okay, let me try it next time. Otherwise, I would have actually come and met you the first time in Mumbai itself. Then I was looking for opportunities, but I still kept training by myself and things like that. Then suddenly in 2017, there was this place called Kiosk Factory that opened up in Bangalore. And Ashwin was like, okay, guys, we have to go. So our calisthenic beasts, so our group, we were like, okay, we have to go. There is a small, like a competition there and we have to go and see. So Ashwin was like, you don't have to compete. So we, as a group, we went there, and it was amazing. Like, they were showing off their skills and things. And at the end, they had held a small competition. So it was like a monkey bar, but it was in the form of rods or some kind of pin. Okay, so we had to hold on to some ball kind of a structure. So we had to move from one to the other and swing and whatever, but till the end we have to touch from the starting till the end. So Ashwin was like, he went for the guys, the competition and everything. And then suddenly in the competition, there were like, any girls around here who want to give it a try? And these guys were like, Hema, you have to go, you have to go, you have to go. And again, my biggest supporter was there next to me, Ashwin, and he's like, listen, don't overthink it, just go there and give your best. And you won't believe, I'm not bragging, but I kind of even did better than some of the guys there, and everybody was cheering. And that is the first time that I understood that I am strong. Because when I saw some people there, they were struggling and stuff, but then I just did that with ease, and I was like, okay, that's when I actually realized that, okay, I'm strong and I'm capable of something. And that is when the next opportunity came, which is All India Strength Wars 2018 in the month of November. So by then, Ashwin was, sadly, Ashwin had gone to UK at that time. So he wasn't here, and but then somehow there was this burning desire in me that I want to compete. I want to see where I stand and things like that. So I went with my only other friend called Karthik. So we both, and it was surprising that my parents let me do this, because I've never been to another state without them. The only other state I went was Tamil Nadu. So I'm really blessed to have parents like mine, and they let me go with another guy to another state just to compete. So me and Karthik set out in a bus, and then there was this All India Strength Wars 2018. We reached Mumbai at, I guess, 9 a.m. or 10, and we had to rush to the venue, and immediately was Karthik's competition, and he didn't have time to even brush his teeth. So he went and competed, and then in the next 30 minutes was mine. We didn't take rest, nothing. There was a place where I could just brush my teeth and I just literally had an apple, and I think I had a milkshake, because that's all I could find there nearby. So I had that somehow. I started stretching. I was so nervous. I didn't know what to do. And then they called out my name. I was the first one to go. There were 3 girls. I was dead scared of them, because I still didn't know what the competition in India was at that time. So somehow I picked up the number one, and still I couldn't figure out how those girls were doing. So I picked out one. I went there. I did my best. I came out, and then I called up Ashwin immediately. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to see anything now. I am not going to see how the other girls are performing, because I was too scared. What if I lose, right? Because that was my first ever competition. But then my friends started coming and telling, hey, you know what, Hema, you were the best. Like, you were really the best. And I was like, okay, I don't believe you guys. And then I went inside, and then, they were talking about, how my timing was really good compared to my other competitors. So that's when I realized, okay, what I was capable of. And so that was my first competition, All India Strength Wars. And I did get first in that. And
that's what I was waiting for. That's what. Like, so sequence. I'm like a good child listening to a story, and I was just waiting for a happy ending. Trust me, I'm getting goosebumps.
Oh man, no, it was really, really crazy. And more than that, I was happy to be with the community. I think you can relate to this, right? Yeah, it was so much about the community, the way they made me feel, the way they were cheering. I still remember Shubham, the way he was motivating me during the competition. I still think that's one of the most important reasons why I could finish that circuit in a faster time. He was just brilliant.
God. I can understand. Shubham and Fatih.
Yep.
These guys. I guess you were Rajan, Rohan, Krusty.
Yeah.
They're like totally motivating, pushing us.
Correct,
Yeah,
correct.
I know that.
You
These are
understand.
like the best times, I would say, no
Yeah,
doubt.
man, really, really cool. They were so. That was like the most different experience that I've ever imagined. Like wouldn't even think that something like this exists, or because obviously, right, in school and all, it was like, hey, everybody's running, and then you get relay first place, you get a medal. That's all.
Yeah,
But
that was
this,
like,
yeah, sorry. So this was like a completely different experience, and it was just mad. So then I started getting this thing that, okay, I want to compete more, I want to give my best more, I want to keep challenging myself. And one after the other competitions kept coming. So there was another Chaos 18. So the competition's name itself was Chaos 18. So then it was in Bangalore, it was a state level competition, and here there were two categories. One was like a static hold, and the other one was like a more of a circuit. So again, in both I participated. At that time I couldn't perform a handstand, but still my overall average of my entire static points was still more. So again, I came first in that. Then there was a circuit, ninja circuit. So even in that there were two levels. Level 1 was on one day and level 2 was on the next day. Again, I aced both. So again, first in that. Then came the nationals, which was again in Bangalore, in a mall, and it was another completely different experience. So this also had two levels, and I wasn't sure. No, not two levels. I think there was only one level. Yeah, two competitions, but one level. So one competition was like a max out of reps. And even in that, my aggregate was more. So I came first in that. And then nationals, the circuit as well. Again, that was like each competition was so different from each of them. And it was really crazy that I could give out my best in each of them. And yeah, at that time, I did come first in all of them. So that was my experience with the competitions.
okay. See, we have been in all of these different kinds of competition. Okay,
Correct.
which one is your favorite competition?
Okay, so I didn't think I have a favorite, but I do. So the one in the nationals was the most toughest that I have competed, only because it tested my mental strength a lot. And why is
Yes.
that? Okay, so basically, yeah, it was an easy circuit in the beginning, like, like Australian pull-ups, dips and stuff. But at the end, they had kept one thing that I've never tried in my life, and that was rowing machine.
I
So I didn't know how to use it. I didn't know, I've never trained for my stamina. So I don't do cardio, right? Cali athletes, we barely do cardio or anything as such. But then when I saw that rowing machine and when they told that we have to do this, I kind of lost in my mind that I was not going to make it, because I don't know if I could do rowing for like 10-15 minutes straight without dropping or without failing, or if I might take so much time that the others can beat me. So that was so scary, but I had amazing people. Blessed, I'm just blessed to have them. They were giving me little tips and tricks on how to do that, because they had done that. So they were like, you have to throw your arms like this and you have to push with your legs. Obviously I couldn't simulate how that would be, but I would keep running whatever they said in my mind during the rowing. So anyways, it started off easy, like okay, 1 minute I could do, 2 minutes I could do. It went cool. And then over the next few minutes, I started losing it in my mind. I'm like, Hema, you can't do this. Something kept telling me, you can't do this. You can't do this. But before I went into the competition, I asked Ashwin to tell the DJ guys, to put Eminem song for me. Because somehow his lyrics and his music just pushes me. So you won't believe me, but during the rowing, I was listening to Eminem songs, I was singing it, and I was doing it, and I was doing the rowing. I'm like, come on. Eminem is singing, you can't stop. He's singing, he's motivating you, keep going. And even though I slowed down, I never stopped. So this was something that I had to battle in my mind, and it still excites me when I think that I did this, because I could see how easily I could have lost. If I would have stopped, I could have easily lost, because the other girls were also really amazing at it. But the fact that I did not stop and I kept going because of the music, because of the people around me, that was just like a whole other experience.
Yeah, that is like my favorite that is like my favorite quote. I tell like most of the people whom I train, go slow but never stop. Because if you stop, you are lost. You have lost the
Yes,
game.
yes, yes.
Yes.
Keep
Just like,
moving forward, but
yeah,
don't stop. That's it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I just remember a story. You know the
Yeah.
story that rabbit and turtle.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Turtle
Yes.
goes
Yes.
slow, but he never stopped.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's how it is.
Exactly.
Consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one lesson I learned in that competition, which was just life changing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's like you have, I go down to you. By
Eh,
the way, yeah. Anyways, after finishing national, we all know that during the practice,
mm,
building your
mm,
skills, you met with an injury, which was your
correct.
shoulder dislocation.
Correct. Okay.
Tell us how it happened, and you literally came back way too stronger than how you were before.
Oh
How was
man.
it?
Okay, so up until now, which is like till date, I've had 3 dislocations.
Oh,
The yeah. So
I
the
knew
first,
only one.
yeah. The first and the last one wasn't major, but the second one took a toll. Yeah. So the first one, again, it's a funny story. If somebody is listening to this and laughing, I won't be surprised. So me and Ashwin, we were kind of having a fight one day, and I threw such a heavy punch at him that my shoulder dislocated. That was my first injury. Just saying.
Seriously?
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Ashwin, I
yeah,
hope
but
you have a tooth.
no. I didn't hurt him. Like, I didn't touch him. He moved. So my hand tried to reach out to him, and that's how it dislocated. And I didn't know what the hell was happening. I just screamed. I fell on the floor and I fixed
I'm
it
just
back.
just punching. I'm just trying to imagine how did you punch? Oh
Yeah,
my
so
God.
yeah, man, it was crazy. Like, even now I blame him. I'm like, because of you I got my dislocation. But no, it wasn't his fault. I just threw such a bad punch. I was just so angry that I threw a punch so hard that I dislocated. Yeah, so then after that I went to the doctor immediately, and that doctor was like, hey, that's all. You don't have any fracture or anything torn, so you're good to go. I'm like, wait, you're telling me that I'm all right? He's like, yeah. Just take some rest for a week and then you should be good to normal. So that's all. That's the first time, and I didn't take it very seriously. I was wearing a sling at that time, but only just so that in college they don't make me work. But apart from that, nothing else. Then came my second injury, which was after nationals. So ideally, after a heavy competition, we're supposed to take a deload, correct?
Yes.
But at that time, I was so happy that I did so well. I wanted to be stronger. I wanted to become more powerful, more amazing, and break more records. So even without taking a week minimum of deload, I started doing weighted pull-ups with 20 kgs. Again, just like that, 20 kilos. I'm just like, hey, you know what? I'm feeling strong. Let me give it a try. First rep was good. The second rep, I felt something damn weird in my shoulder. I just felt like something moved, and that wasn't normal. So I immediately got down, kept the weight aside, and I go and tell one of my friend, hey, this happened to me. Is this normal? He's like, is this the first time? And I said, no. Then he's like, go to a doctor. Just go to a doctor. Don't imagine anything. Just go to the doctor. So I was like, okay, fine. It was just something that just moved, nothing serious. So I go to this physio recommended by our Aslam Bhai. So I went to her. She said, okay, I need to just remove some knots because you have a lot of knots in your back. And she said it was the most knots that she's ever felt on anybody, including Aslam, right? So she said, you've been training so hard, but you haven't been doing stretching or anything, or even a massage, and you really need this. So you won't believe, when she was massaging my back, I was crying. Like, it was that painful, the removal of knots. And then she kind of realized that there is something wrong with my shoulder. And by the end of it, she said, you have to get an MRI. And I was like, MRI? Seriously? That doesn't sound good at all. So anyways, I went, got my MRI, and I was pretty scared of that because they put you in a tube and there's like a lot of sound and stuff like that. So again, Ashwin accompanied me for that, and we went, and that MRI said there was a labral tear. And I was like, what is a labral tear? So yeah, it was like a minute one. Obviously, like everybody else, I Googled it, but I didn't understand how serious it was. Then I have like a lot of medical friends. So I asked them, and they said, hey, it's just a small tear. It's all right. It's okay. It's nothing major and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, cool. Then I don't have to worry. Then when I showed it to the physio, she said, you may have to undergo a surgery. And I was like, what? I was just like, what? She said, yeah, you may have to. And I was obviously shattered because up until then I was like, okay, everything is chill. But then when she used the word surgery, I was like, this doesn't look good at all. So she said I have to go to an orthopedic surgeon and get a second opinion. So I just knew one person, like, again, not personally, but when I checked it online, there was this one person. So I was like, okay, let me just go and ask him what's up with my shoulder. And he said, the first thing, he's like, okay, come and sit here. My dad was there. I was sitting. The first thing he says is, you can't do calisthenics anymore. And nothing else. I just started crying. I couldn't say anything, but I just started crying. And I was crying so much. My dad and the doctor didn't say a word after that. Nothing. They didn't say anything. I started taking one tissue after another, and I'm just wiping my face, my tears, everything. And then I was like, then once I calmed down, I'm like, okay, doctor, why is that? So he says, if you have such an injury like this, you have to get a surgery done, or you have to stop calisthenics. And I was just like, surgery is an option? He's like, yes. I'm like, fine, I'm going to go for that. I'm going to go for the surgery because I want to get better. And then he's like, just talk to your dad. But first, I want you to undergo some psychological counseling. So I said, okay, whatever it takes, whatever you say, doc, but I want to be fine, right? So I come back home, I talk to my dad. My dad was kind of against the surgery because, again, in his head, it was the fact that if a blade touches my body once, then I may have to keep getting it again and again. In the sense, if I get a surgery once, anything can happen. So I may have to get another surgery later, and I'll be okay with that. So he just made me take my time to realize things. And by then, that was my first round of psychological counseling. And after that counseling, I kind of realized, so this personal stuff, definitely. So made me realize that the reason why I got my injury was not because of overtraining, was not because of anything that I thought, but it was mostly because of the fact that I couldn't control, or I didn't have any self-control at all. So in my head, I wanted to get better so much to the point that I injured myself, which means I wasn't competing in a healthy manner. And that is the reason why I'm not going to compete anymore, or I don't compete anymore. Only because I get too competitive, I don't take it the right way, and I destroy myself in the process. So after some round of counseling, I realized that was the reason for my injury. And then I said, okay, fine, I don't want the surgery. I understood my mistake. I'm going to give myself time to fix myself mentally and start training little by little. And then I will consider surgery if required. So by then, I started going to this physio nearby my house, and I kind of had to pay 13K for 12 sessions. And by then I was feeling really good. Like the first day I couldn't even do one pull-up after my injury. It was painful. But by the end of 12 sessions, I could do 15 pull-ups easily. Very controlled, easily. But the day I left my physio, I asked him, can I attempt a muscle up? And he said, sure, you're ready for it. So I go to the park, I give my phone to Ashwin and I say, hey, record me, I'm going to try a muscle up. So first I tried with the resistance band, it was very easy. Again, I tried with the resistance band, again, that was easy. The third time I said, I'm going to do it without the resistance band. I go hold the bar, I do one muscle up. Oh, the thing is I didn't do a muscle up. I go hang from the bar, I'm going to go to do the muscle up, I pull myself and I get another dislocation, my third one. And and it's still on a recording in Ashwin's phone and he said it's too painful to watch and I haven't watched it yet. But I just break down, I fall on the floor, I start crying on top of my voice in the park and everybody surrounded me, like random people. And it was the most emotionally painful time of my life, I would say, because the doctor told, if I get another dislocation, I may have to go for a bigger surgery. And by bigger, they may have to cut a big chunk of my skin, go deep into the shoulder joint.
One second.
Yeah.
1 second. Can you repeat again? What did doctors say?
So it's like a bigger surgery I may have to do. And so the first surgery that if I would have undergone before, it would have been like a microscopic hole, like a pen, like how small a pen is, only that much the hole or the incision would have been. But he said if I undergo another dislocation or if I have another injury, he may have to take a wider incision or they might have to cut open a bigger portion of my body to access to the surgery site. So that was the only thing that was going in my mind, that I couldn't control myself. I didn't have self-control. I still wasn't mentally fine, because if I was mentally fine, I wouldn't have tried that muscle up, because I should have known that, my body is maybe not ready for it. So I was shattered. I was shattered by then. And then somehow I thought about FitNat, Dr. Dhairya, that I met in Mumbai during the competition in AISW. Somehow, I don't know why, but I just felt like contacting him. So I called him immediately. I'm crying. Ashwin's like, call him, just talk to him. Because the first physio, I don't believe him anymore, because he told me that I was ready, but I wasn't, right? So it was really hard for me to believe him again. So I contacted FitNat. I was just talking to him. First thing he said is, stop crying. How do you feel? Is there any pain? I said, no pain, and I stopped crying. The next thing is, just relax. He said, go home. So I went home. Then he asked me to send just 2 videos. He's like, just hang from a bar and take a video, and try to do a bridge and take a video. And he asked me if I felt any pain or something like that. And I said, no, there was absolutely no pain. So I could hang from the bar and I could do a bridge. Finally, after so much of uncertainty, he told me this one line. He said, you don't have to undergo surgery. It's not serious. That brought me back to life. The fact that I could hang on from the bar and the fact that I could do a bridge proved that my shoulder was not to an extent that I needed a surgery. Because if it was, I would have had intense pain and I wouldn't have been able to do those 2 things. So that's when I got my life back, literally.
The respect for FitNat, Mr. Dhairya,
Definitely.
has increased.
Definitely.
Thank
Definitely.
you so much.
Definitely.
From bottom of my heart. I'm so happy, that you got back. My emotions were changing. Sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I'm sad, sometimes I'm feeling bad. I was almost my eyes were watery when I was listening to yours. It was damn, that really hurts. I have been there. So even I had a shoulder injury. It's just a muscle tear, but doctor anyone suggested me to go for an MRI.
Oh shit.
It was
Worst,
horrible.
isn't it? Yeah, man, it's crazy. MRI is like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, are you back with the how you were before? Is
yeah.
the injury gone?
So once Dr. Dharya said that I have nothing to worry about, I said,
Mm-hmm.
I put my trust completely on you. I'm gonna do whatever you say. I just want to be able to do at least some pull ups. I want to be at least able to do the basics of calisthenics. At least. He said, don't worry, you'll be able to do more than that. And even though at that time I thought it may not be possible, I still believed him. So he helped me for 3 months to get back little by little. And by the end, I could do about, I guess, 23 pull ups. After the rehab, I could do about 23 pull ups, and I was so damn. That was my PR.
How long did the rehab last?
So that's the thing. He never he never differentiated between rehab and my training. So he asked me, what are your goals, Hema? And I said, I sent him like some 10 goals, and I'm like, you can choose which might be more suitable for me. And he chose two things. He chose a V sit and he chose front lever for me. And today I could do both. He literally chose those two, and he said, Hema, this is going to be your rehab. You doing this skill is going to be your rehab. And trust me, I didn't do any special exercises for my shoulder. I didn't do like, how internal rotation, like what the other physio gave me. I just followed simply what Fitnat said. And the biggest thing, Kaustubh, I would like to tell you and the others, the biggest thing that till now that I've learned is he made me understand that sports is more about the mental health than the physical. It doesn't matter how freaking physically strong you are. If you're not strong mentally, if you're not in the right path mentally, it can destroy everything. And this is the biggest lesson that I learned after my injury, that it's not just about physical, but it's mostly about mental. So that has what has brought me all the way till here. My rehab was front lever training. And I achieved that with his help. And that is the story of my injury. Okay.
This is like, I'm just speechless and I have no words. First of all,
are you really speechless? Hey, I can't hear you, Kaustubh.
is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like super proud of you unlocking the front lever.
Thanks, man. Thank you so much.
Don't mind. I guess I am getting lots of calls in between. That's why it got cut.
Mm-hmm. That's all right.
I don't know. Nobody even called me like 10-20 times. All these podcasts is happening. They're calling suddenly.
Oh.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, are you completely back? I mean, out of the injury and doing at your best?
Okay. So the thing about my condition right now, I wouldn't call it an injury, but it's just something I have to deal with. For example, to make it very easy, like if there is a burn of a victim, right? So it's not like an injury, but they have to live with it. So the same way I have accepted to live with whatever I have, doing the best that I can, keeping all the precautions in mind. For example, I should not do inactivated dead hang because that will cause me to get another dislocation. So the thing is, I'm not concentrating on will I get injured again, but I'm concentrating on how to be cautious and how to make the best of whatever I still have or whatever I can.
Amazing. I agree with this point because this is what keeps us going without any fear or
definitely
anything. Yeah, it really helps.
Definitely correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
and yeah. So
Yeah.
besides this, it was amazing to hear your experience and your
Thank
journey of
you.
coming in,
Thanks.
going into getting an injury, punching into Ashwin, to coming out of it way more stronger. And I
Yeah.
guess you and Ashwin can compete for a front lever now.
Uh, he's been doing much more hard work than me now. So I've completely shifted to handstands and mastering handstands, and he shifted to front lever now. But yeah, I will
No
soon,
worries.
very soon again.
Yeah, so we'll do that a face-off challenge like Ashwin with front lever, 3 points, Hema in handstand for 2 points.
Oh man, definitely. Actually, maybe I will get back into front lever again and I will compete with him soon.
And so Ashwin, there's a challenge coming for you. Get ready.
Yeah, he'll love it.
You know, even I'm gonna love it. Everyone's gonna love it.
Damn it, yeah, that'll be crazy.
That will be amazing, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. With that being said, do you have any YouTube channel?
Yeah, so the thing is, during lockdown, I had quite a free time. So I wanted to start YouTube, and I did start something called the Indian Calisthenics Girl. Only because so that if people see me somewhere and they don't know my name, I just wanted them to search for Indian Calisthenics Girl. So I was like, okay, that's the most easiest thing that they'll search, and that's why the name. I did start off by making a cool introduction and stuff. I even put out some videos, but I think right now it's not quite active. I'm waiting to reunite with Ashwin again so that he can help me shoot amazing content for the people, because he's somebody who helps me shoot and edit, and he gives me a lot of pointers and things. So in the future, which is in like 3-4 years, we're going to start putting a lot more of amazing content that will be helpful for people.
I wish you all the best, and I'm really hoping to be a part of it.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Definitely, we'll do something.
We'll definitely do. We'll come back on that point someday.
Definitely, yeah.
So, with the front lever, you told, how was your journey learning front lever and becoming India's first to do so, right?
Okay. So like I was saying, after my injury, I just put out the skills, and FitNat was like, okay, we're going to learn front lever. And to be honest, at the time that he told we're going to learn front lever, I did not believe him. I did not believe that I could do. I did not believe anybody could do, honestly. So whatever, I just thought, okay, I'm getting better, so I might as well just train front lever, whether I get it or not. So I didn't have any expectations at all. And that was the biggest or the most important thing that I could do. The thing that I didn't have a lot of expectations. I didn't pressurize myself. I just listened to my body. I went with the process. I took it slow. It took me 3 months during the lockdown to get my front lever. I would train all day. So when I say all day, it would be like in the morning after I wake up, I would give it an attempt, or afternoon before I sleep, or night before I sleep. So I was kind of obsessed with it, but I wasn't pressurizing myself. I would just train. I would just give my best each day. And then there was this one point where I thought, maybe, you know what, I'm ready to give it a try. And then when I started attempting, I could actually hold, like my body was actually becoming horizontal to the floor or parallel to the floor. And I couldn't believe my eyes. I would always shoot videos of myself, no matter what I do, whether it's pull-ups or push-ups or front lever. I would always shoot my videos so that I could see if my form was right. And when I was doing this, the same for the front lever, I could see that my legs were coming up away from the ground, which had never happened before. I was surprised, but I was hopeful. Now I was hopeful for the first time that maybe there is hope that I can do this. Maybe if I try a little more, I could do this. So I would just go with my intuition. Intuition actually is my biggest teacher, I would say. I would listen to my body, how I feel. Do I feel like I can do it now or not? So I kept listening to my intuition every day. And there was this one day I just put on my headphones, put this song called See Me Fall, and there was this one beat drop. So exactly at the beat drop, I held the front lever and I was just surprised. It was a mad feeling. And I sent that video to Ashwin and Fitnat and I'm like, am I holding it? And they said yes. And then I was on cloud 9 because after my injury, this was my first achievement. Not even V-sit. Front lever was my first achievement and I was just psyching out. And then I got obsessed with it. I got obsessed with it so much. I would keep training for it every day, more and more and more. And I think I even hit a 5-second mark in front lever, which was my most. 5 to 7, I think. Mostly 5. And that's it. And again, I did the crappiest mistake of overdoing that. And that's why I'm taking a break from front lever. But it was an incredible journey. And the most important thing is I believed in myself. In the starting, I didn't. But the fact that I believed that I could do it was the only reason I got there.
That is, believing in yourself is the most important part. Anyone can do it.
Yes, exactly. That's so true.
Believe in yourself and you can be anything. You can achieve anything, definitely.
Definitely anything.
For that, life will get definitely something to you.
Correct.
Which, of course, deserve more.
Definitely. 100% right.
So, what are the skills that you can perform now?
Okay. So apart from the basic variations, apart from all those basic Cali moves,
I don't mind you telling that also.
Okay. So there was this one time that I could do, initially triple clap push-ups. Then I would love doing ring push-ups. I started getting obsessed with ring push-ups as well. So I would do archer ring push-ups. I did typewriter ring push-ups, meaning the rings on the floor, just with balancing that.
Typewriter on a ring.
Yeah, that it took me time, but I got there definitely. And then I got obsessed with doing L-sit on the rings. L-sit on the rings on the floor. I practiced it like 100 times and finally I got it, I think 2-3 months back. L-sit on the rings on the floor, then back lever, front lever, then ring muscle up was one of my favorite moves because usually people found that difficult, but it came very easy to me. So I loved doing ring muscle ups. Then of course, bar muscle ups. I would experiment a lot with variations. So I would try close grip muscle ups. Then I would try wrist muscle up. I would try slow muscle ups. Then I got obsessed with handstand. So clean first kick up handstand I learned. Then I learned the frog stand to handstand. Then I learned a bent leg press handstand. Then I mastered straddle press. Now,
wow.
Yeah. Straight arm straddle press.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I would love performing single arm elbow lever. That is one thing that, again, something special I could do, and I loved doing that. Then tuck plunge came easily to me. At one point, I could do something called a frog tuck plunge, but I haven't trained for that for a while now. Then I could do a reverse pullover. So basically, you go into like a back lever kind of a position, and then you do a pullover from that position. Then, then a front roll on rings. So there are 2 ring exercises from the bar, which again, I just experimented. So there's something called a front roll on the bars we do, right? But the same thing on the rings. So that is something that I haven't seen anybody else do. And I love doing that. And then there is another move called the meat hook. So it's something like a one-arm back lever. But the stomach kind of, it's very hard to explain, but there is a move called the meat hook where you kind of suspend ourselves from one arm and the legs and the body is kind of like parallel to the floor. So that is one move that I love doing. So yeah, these are the skills that I kept experimenting with. Oh yeah, and also tuck front lever. So when I would do all these front lever variations, I started practicing touch front lever also. But the max I could do was a one leg touch front lever.
Wow, pretty. I guess you have more than 25 skills in your bucket list.
Oh no. But these are nothing. These are.
Come on. It's a lot a woman can do, a person can do.
There's a lot more, yeah, definitely. But thanks, man. Thanks you.
I'm happy for you. It's like it might have took a lot to work on some skills. Some skills you might have got it like easy peasy.
Correct. Definitely.
But my favorite one would be doing a front roll on rings. It's my favorite.
It's fun actually to do.
Yeah, I know. Which one is your favorite, by the way?
Actually, currently I don't want to keep saying obsessed, but I'm training for handstand, straight arm, straight leg press.
Wow, straight leg press from an L sit or the normal one?
Normal one for now. L sit very soon. After that.
Yes, oh my god.
Yeah, that's supposed to be. Yeah. Sorry. Tell me.
No, I would take years to do all this stuff, you know?
No, man, no. Trust me. It's yeah. Focus. That's all.
Yeah, I'll focus and get back to you.
Yeah.
So, tell me, when was the last time you checked your max out in muscle ups, ring muscle ups, bar muscle ups, dips and pull ups, pistol squats? Okay, first going with what's your max in ring muscle ups?
Okay, so the max ring muscle ups I could do was 7.
And bar muscle ups?
Same 7. 7 I could do.
Wow,
Yeah.
that 7 is a huge number.
Before the injury, yeah.
Nice.
Before the injury, yeah. It was fun, yeah.
Let me guess. Okay, so I guess pull-up might be anywhere between 30.
Oh, no. I told you it was 23. But thanks for the high expectation.
Okay, let me guess dips. Okay, dips would be anywhere between 40 to 55.
Yeah, it was 40.
Yes, I got it. Okay, you believe it? I did not want it to say 40 to 55, but I had only bet on 40.
Oh, man. Yeah, it was in the national competition. So the thing is, I don't really test my PRs, but during these competitions is when I actually know what my best is. So in the competition, it was after doing my max out pull-ups, my max out dips was around 40.
Lovely. And what about pistol squats?
Pistol, actually, again, I haven't tried that. But yeah, I think I can do 10 easily. Oh wait, I remember. So there was this, this roadies winner, Shweta.
Okay, yeah, Shweta Mehta.
Yeah. So she had put up a challenge for max out pistol in one leg. And I think I could do around 12 to 15 at that time.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. I, again, had to focus and stuff, but yeah, I could, yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. Thanks,
not
man.
taunting or show off. Okay, no, let me show off. ASW 2019, there was a competition going on. And I did 27 or 30 reps of pistol squats in 1 minute.
Oh my god, what? And wait, I just feel bad right now because compared to you, I'm nothing.
No, it's not like that.
But yeah, I also remember your record for your 1,000 squats.
Oh my
which
god.
I'll never forget.
I guess if I try now, trust me, when we were doing 1,000 squats, I was capable of doing more. I feel I could have gone at least 1,500.
Yeah, I
was
think
not stopping.
Yeah, because I think the judges said that you're clearly the winner because nobody else was doing it. You were already going on and still go on more, right?
Yeah, Josh was there. Josh was there with me. I still remember. Josh was there. And Josh was at around 750. And I
Hmm.
really, if they did not have stopped me, I would really go up to 59 reps. I was like, cause you cannot go empty-handed. You have already lost three categories. Not go without a medal to home.
Kaustubh, can
I'm
I tell
like,
you a secret?
yeah,
Even now, when I
hmm,
take my classes, virtual classes or offline, I
okay.
keep telling them that I have a friend who can do 1,000 plus squats. So you guys have to do
Oh,
at least 50.
oh my goodness. Okay.
You won't believe. You can ask. I think in every virtual session, like whoever, all the students, they must have heard about you at least once.
Oh my God, I am so. Now
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get the feeling of that someone knows me, you know?
Definitely, man. Like you're amazing. Like I'm saying, right? When you could push yourself to do so much, you prove that there is really no limit, but the limit that we set for ourselves. So that's one thing that I learned from your example.
Thank you so much. I am on cloud nine or maybe above.
You should be. You should be.
I would really love to be at that form because I was young, good energy. I had now it's like more of like work
I
and
understand. I understand. I get you, man. I get you.
but
But I'm sure. Hmm. Hmm.
I
Tell
am
me.
kind of I not like telling like something like taunting or like not just showing off,
Uh
but
huh.
people really like my leg workout. I guess you should try my leg workout once.
You know what? I think I should because none of the leg workouts I do
Hmm.
burns my legs. Nothing. Like everything is easy for me. So probably I want you to send me some routine. I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna vlog it. Let's see how it goes.
Definitely. Or else I'm trying to come to Bangalore next month. Let's have a
Oh,
session. It would be
wow. Cool,
amazing.
cool, cool. Got it. Done.
High
Fixed.
five. Perfect. Done. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you make your workout plan for yourself and what are you training by the way these days?
Correct. Okay, so currently, like I was saying, I'm training for a straight hand, straight leg press. So I'm quite easy now. The bent leg is quite easy. So I wanted to challenge myself with straight leg press. Again, I kind of overdid it. So I'm kind of taking a deload currently. So that's what I've been training right now, the straight leg press. And the way I set my routine is completely how I feel. So it depends on my intuition. I
Mm-hmm.
do have a set of I make routines and programs every day, every week, every month. I keep changing them, but I do follow a proper program which is mostly skill based. So I do some VSET, I do some handstand training, then I do presses, I do some L sit pull ups, then I do back lever. So this is like my basic. No matter what program I do or whatever I train, this is something that I do at the beginning of my training every day. Not every day, 3 times a week. And then I move into whatever I'm training for. If I'm training for push or pull or core, or if I'm taking a rest day, then on the rest days I usually do yoga. So yoga is my new favorite currently. 3 or 4 days a week, I do something called the yin yoga. So yin yoga, it kind of brings me back to the calmness that I need for my calisthenics, and it helps me stretch out my muscles, get a little more flexible. So it started with me training for straddle press. For a straddle press, I needed to do a stretch called pancake. So that's how I started incorporating yoga, and I saw amazing benefits. So along with 3 days of calisthenics, I do 3 days of yoga, and one day I just cycle. I just take my cycle, go somewhere. I walk a lot. I try to keep myself as active as possible. So that's the routine that I'm following correctly.
Okay. I don't mind, but I'm so happy that finally you're doing stretchings. You're working on your mobility work.
Definitely correct.
Finally.
Yeah, it's been like really amazing. So okay, you may laugh at this. So one day I go to Fitnat and I'm like, hey, should I work on my shoulder mobility?
Can you repeat again?
Yeah, so one day
I got one more call and it's so damn pissing me off now. Never mind.
Is it
Yeah.
okay now? Yeah.
No, no, it's okay. People are calling me suddenly. I don't know how come. It's like I had like 10 calls right now.
Oh, okay, that is a lot for 1 hour.
It is. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm. So I
yeah.
was
Okay.
telling, so one day I go to FitNat and I
Mm-hmm.
ask him, should I work on my shoulder mobility? His
Mm-hmm.
reply still makes me laugh. So he tells me, Hema, your shoulders are already mobile. That's why you're getting dislocations. So, so you can stop, or you can tone down the shoulder mobility exercises. And so that's the thing. I don't do a lot of shoulder mobility. I do hip mobility and wrist. That's mostly about it. For shoulder, I do strengthening so that the
Mm-hmm.
ligaments and the muscles around my shoulder are keeping my shoulder intact. So yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Moving to the next question.
Mm-hmm.
While I am eating, okay?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years doing calisthenics?
Okay. So whatever I just mentioned right now, like back lever, V-sit and stuff, I want that to be my basics in 10 years. So like how we have pull-ups and push-ups. So I want my basics to be as strong as this, whatever I just mentioned, a press handstand and stuff like that. And I see myself unlocking the strength moves that I've always imagined, like a full plunge, a Maltese, front lever variations, Victorian, all these.
I wish you all the best, and I'm definitely gonna be there. I can bet on this that you will definitely get a full plunge.
Thank you, man. It's so good to hear that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I believe in you.
I know. Thank you. That really means a lot to me.
I would be like so happy. I'll be telling my kids, 10 years ago we recorded a podcast.
Oh man.
And Hema had an aim to do a planche, and look at now she is doing.
Oh man. Okay, that will be mad.
That will definitely be.
I'll make it work.
So, with that saying, what skills are you practicing now on?
Yeah, I think we discussed it was the straight leg, straight arm press. Mostly that. Correct. Yeah.
So, 10 years is a long period, So what are the key secrets of you being so consistent doing calisthenics, and how are you gonna keep yourself consistent?
Okay. So one thing that has always been, so I'm a very disciplined person. So even if you look at my room at any time, it'll be like I just cleaned it. So at all times, I'm so disciplined. So calisthenics is in my discipline now. That means just like how we brush our teeth or have a shower every day, calisthenics is a part of my life. So I don't have to worry about motivation, or I don't have to worry about inspiration or consistency. It's a part of me. It's a part of my lifestyle. So no matter what I'm doing or where I am, calisthenics will always be a part of my day. Okay, so what really pushes me or gets me into this mood is, I remember a time when like you were saying, even I would call myself an introvert. I remember how not so confident I was, and I remember how much calisthenics has changed me as a person. So calisthenics is not something just the physical exercise that I do, but it's in every aspect of my life, in mental, in physical, even in a more spiritual way also I see calisthenics. So that's the only way, I incorporate calisthenics into my life or routine.
Okay.
Too deep, huh? Yeah.
By the way, what's your favorite way to train, alone or in group?
Okay, this is interesting. So I love both. Most of my goals require me to train alone. most of my goals. For example, a handstand, a front lever, or any strength move requires me to train alone. So I love training alone for these skills, but during the evenings or when I'm not training on myself, I love working out with the guys, my community in a group. I love trying new things. I love it when I'm there. I mean, when they are there and I'm breaking my personal record. I love it when they are cheering me up during a workout session and we are cheering them. So, looking at somebody else unlock some moves and helping them unlock those moves is another level. So I would say I like doing both. So when I train myself seriously, I like to be alone, but I also love training in a group. So I would do both. In a day, I actually do both. So morning I train by myself as well as go to the park in the evening.
Wow. So you work 2 times a day on.
Yeah. So I don't train in the evening. Only if I feel like trying something new. For example, that day we were trying to do straddle L-sit. So basically the hands. So when I'm with my group, I try new things. They challenge me and I challenge them. So it's not more of a training, but it's just like a get together and we just, try to bring out the best in each other. But a training, I would say, is mostly alone.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, do you take any supplements or like what is your kind of diet? How does it go?
Okay, so I don't take my diet too seriously, not as much as, an average athlete would take it. So I just have a regular home cooked meals, whatever mom makes, but I make sure that I eat fruits, veggies, drink enough water, have nuts, seeds, all this. Whatever is healthy, I try to have them, and I try to make sure that there is protein content in each meal. So sometimes we have only rice, or let's say you have fried rice, right? So that may not have enough protein. So in each meal, I try to incorporate some form of protein. So that's the only thing I do. I don't take supplements. I have been approached by a lot of sponsors, but I don't feel very comfortable using any kind of supplement, and I've tried maybe one or two, but that never suits me. So right now I don't take any supplements except for my mom's food.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I remember I had took a homemade protein powder from you.
Correct.
Remember that?
Correct. Yeah, the protein mix. Yeah.
The protein mix. It was a smoothie, right?
Yeah. It's a shake. Yeah, correct. Yeah.
I remember. It was good, by the way.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks.
Anyway, what is your opinion on calisthenics and being a female athlete?
Okay, so the history of female calisthenics kind of was funny. So up until the time that I joined Instagram, I didn't know anything about females doing calisthenics or even calisthenics for that matter. So I would just, work out with Ashwin, and whatever he would show me, I'd be like, okay, fine. I want to try them. I want to learn them. That's how it started. And then one day Ashwin came up to me and he told me, hey, why don't you open an Instagram page and just, share your journey? So I thought, but why? Like, there are so many who are already doing that. Won't people get inspired by them? And he told me that not many girls in India do that. And I was shocked when he said that. I was like, why not? It's so amazing. I feel so good. So why aren't more people doing this? He said, I don't know why, but I think if you come onto Instagram and showcase your talents, I'm sure girls and females and ladies would start doing them. And I laughed at him at that time and I said, hey, are you kidding? Like, why would they look at me and do, like, who am I? So anyways, I just believed in him and I just went for it. I just opened an Instagram account and I started putting my training videos. And I actually realized that there were not many females, at least, especially in India, doing calisthenics. So when I started putting up videos like this, I would get a lot of response from all over India. They would really be inspired. They'd be surprised by the things that I would do. And I would be surprised with the fact that they are surprised, because I was like, it's easy. It's okay. Like, why are you so surprised that I can do this. It's not hard. So that was what was going on in my mind. I didn't have a competition at that time. I didn't think about anybody else, but I solely focused on my own progress and my own journey. And then that is when I slowly started seeing change in social media, calisthenics, and female. So I started seeing more and more females putting, push-ups and pull-ups videos and trying new things. And I was so happy to see that. And like I said, even in the competition, I didn't think that, like at that time, there were no females, and that really made me sad. But now when I see more and more females, becoming or trying or training calisthenics, it makes me happy. So the thing that I want to tell all the female viewers or listeners, is that calisthenics is not something difficult. It's just pure discipline. And when you believe in yourself, anything is possible. So with the discipline and the belief in yourself, anything is possible. So don't be scared to try anything new. If you want to learn something, if you want to try something, just go for it. Probably with a good guidance, but you have to give it a try, because this is something we can do throughout our lives. We are with our body throughout our lives. We won't have access to gym all the time. The only thing we can have and live with is our body. So what better thing than to learn how to control our body and use it for our advantage, right? And
Yes.
especially for females, older females, I'm actually getting so many students now, and I'm so happy about it. Kaustubh, you won't believe, but I'm getting 35-year plus female students wanting to learn handstand, and they are killing it. They are killing it so much. I'm just so happy to see. And this is the change that I've been wanting to do. And I can see that it's happening. And I'm more and more happy. And I want more people to know about it, learn. Because I often know that, females, they don't feel strong. Even when we go in an airplane and we want to lift our bags and keep it in the cabin, we look for a guy. That sucks. So when we do calisthenics, I feel so confident. Now my dad calls me to move around the furniture, and that makes me feel confident, because he doesn't discriminate saying you're a girl, you don't do this, right? He considers me strong and confident. So hence that is what I am. And this is what I want for every female to feel: strong, confident, and happy.
That is really amazing that your dad supports about it. Also,
Definitely.
by the way, I would like to add one more point. 35 number may seem to be very small, but who are the calisthenics coaches, 35 number is a really, really huge. It's a huge.
Yes.
Training 35 people
Hey.
for hands, and it's like amazing. Hats off.
I mean 35 years plus. Like they are
years? Okay.
Yeah, the ladies are 35, 40 years old, and they are training for handstand. Yeah.
I had one client who was learning handstand, headstand, front lever, and then this front roll and front handspring. And guess what his age was?
40?
63. I can send you videos.
Oh my God, Kaustubh.
That is amazing. Yeah.
I'm so happy that you're helping him, man. You're helping him do all this. It's amazing.
He's like, sir. Okay, you told in a Kannada accent. I just don't want to say people may not understand. So he said, sir, I never did any kind of things in my life, because it was like first college and then go to work, and I never got time. Now that I have retired, I just want to do something what I love.
That's so amazing.
I'm like, amazing, yeah.
It's amazing what you're doing too. You're helping such brilliant people, be their best. And I really appreciate that, man.
Yes. By the way, tell me, how does it feel to be a calisthenics female coach?
Yeah, I just love my job. I honestly just love my job. So the thing is, what is so great about being female especially is more females feel comfortable with me.
Yes.
They
Point.
believe that they can do this when they look at me do it, because they have this notion in their heads. I mean, yeah, including, like, I wouldn't blame them, but we have this notion that, okay, I've seen only guys do a Maltese, so why would how can he teach me to do Maltese? He has strength, so he'll do it. I don't have strength, I can't do it. But when they see me do it, that is like an extra push for them. Yes, it is true that, okay, let's say they have goals, they're inspired to learn it. But when they see another girl do it so well, or like the way they want it to do, it gives them that extra push. And looking at them try hard in whatever they're doing, it makes me feel happy. So I'm just so blessed to, be a calisthenics coach, both online as well as offline, and helping all these women. Kaustubh, there was this, I think 32 or 30-year-old mother, a working mother. I was taking her class, and then her baby, who's an infant, wakes up at the same time. She tells me, Hema, can you give me some exercises where I do with holding the baby? So I gave her exercises holding the baby, and she was doing bridge raises. She was doing, squats and lunges and stuffs. And I was so happy. And I was so happy that I could understand what she felt and, try to like improvise in the situation at that time. And these are the things that I'm just so grateful for, to help people. And I know what they're going through. So I'm just happy to be a part of their journey.
It is really brilliant, fabulous job you're doing. Oh my God.
It's amazing. It's fulfilling, The only thing I would say is it's fulfilling. People, they ask me, hey, you studied dentistry, aren't you going back to the clinic? And the only thing I say is, this gives me more purpose and fulfillment in my life, teaching calisthenics and making a difference. So this is what I'm going to do. That's my only answer to anybody who asks me again, why am I not going back to dentistry?
I would say, why are you not being a calisthenics coach instead of going to a dentist clinic?
Oh, sorry?
I mean, I would be like, why are you going to a dentist clinic, dental clinic?
I know, right?
Instead of being a calisthenics coach. Come on.
I know, right? It's so cool.
Yeah. So with that being again said, what are your goals for calisthenics community?
Okay. The community in India, it's growing. But I wish that it keeps growing more and more each day. And I think that is happening because of all the people in India putting in their work. So I'm just so happy to see that it's growing. The only reason why I want calisthenics to become a little more known to people is because every person who does calisthenics, they never quit. I have barely seen any calisthenic person going back to something that before calisthenics. They see the amazing benefits of calisthenics. They see how it changes them as a person. They see how it changes them physically, mentally, everything. So I want each person to kind of at least experience calisthenics once so they know the benefits of this, because I know that it changed my life. It changed your life. I know that it changed so many people in the world, their lives, from rock bottom to wherever they are right now. I've seen that change, and I want people in India, all over the world, to give this a try. Kaustubh, you won't believe, but calisthenics has helped people even quit their bad habits like smoking, drinking, drugs, whatever it is. This has such an impact. It has such a purpose. Like, people, whoever are going through a lot of crap in their life, when they do calisthenics, they just feel pure bliss. And I want people to know more about this so that it helps them. You won't be in depression anymore. You won't need drugs anymore. You won't need alcohol or smoking, whatever. This will be your treatment, your cure. So this is what I want for the community, for calisthenics, for the people.
Brilliant. And we all, let's work together, make sure that this community grows at least 200 times more bigger in the next coming 5 years.
Definitely,
Let's
definitely.
let's do what we can do our best.
You're doing your best too,
And
Kaustubh. This is an amazing thing that you're doing with the podcast, you know. So I'm sure you're doing amazing on your part too.
yeah, I hope. Thank you so much.
You are.
By the way, see, there
Huh?
are 4 categories in calisthenics:
Okay.
weightlifting, statics, sets and reps, and freestyle. Okay,
Correct. Correct.
take all of them, or you
Mm-hmm.
can combine in each of the categories,
Mm-hmm.
or you can do it, or you can just combine anyone. Okay, doesn't matter. According to your opinion, I don't want anyone. I just say just your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the top 3 athletes according to you in India? Male, female,
Okay.
even including it's female 3 and a male 3.
Okay. So, if you'd have, okay, my answer honestly, and I'll also answer your question. So honestly, I appreciate every athlete who's putting in their best, right? Because
Yes.
everybody has their journey. Everybody goes through something different, and when I say this is the best, that is the best, it makes me also feel a little thing that okay, but they have their journey, they started early, they had this guidance, they had that guidance. Like there were a lot of factors in play. So first of all, I just want to say that every Cali athlete is a winner, or they are the top at the game that they are in. So that is one thing I wanted to say. So for the top 3 athletes, I would say Kunal is one of the person that I have really seen him grow, not seen him personally, but I can see that he's capable of so many things, you know, both static or freestyle or sets and reps, everything. So I would say Kunal, then Rohan. Again, he is an all-rounder. He's amazing in dynamics. He's amazing in, weights. He's amazing in lovely statics as well. And I would say thirdly, sorry?
And Rohan even dances really good, you know?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. So, oh my God. I was thinking about Rajan and I think I was talking about Rohan. Yeah, Rajan. I was thinking about Rajan.
Okay.
Second person is Rajan. And I would
Okay,
say,
Rajan.
yeah, Rajan. Rohan, oh my God, his handstand is like God level, I would say.
Yeah.
God level handstand. So that's the thing, you know, each athlete has their own, their strengths. So I love them all for everything. And yeah, one of the most biggest inspiration was Chauhan, obviously, because I don't know, there was this one time that I was really dull with my injury, and I kind of reached out to him regarding the same, and the things that he told me and the advice that he gave me, I still have that. And you know, he's one of like an all-rounder. He's amazing. So these are for males. And for females, obviously, I would like to consider myself one.
Stop. I was about to say that too. Yes,
Don't. Not that I'm not like I'm bragging and stuff, but again,
no,
because I know.
I agree.
Thank you, man. So because I know my journey, because I know what I've been through, obviously it's not fair for me if I say somebody else's name. So that's the only reason I said that. But secondly, I really love Shrishti's progress. I really love her progress because I don't know much about her strength, but I can see how much she's working hard. I can see how much she's grown. I remember seeing her struggling to do one pull-up in Elysium, and now the progress is just amazing. So
mind-blowing, literally.
Yes.
I saw her doing a shrimp flip and I was like, wow.
Definitely. Her progress is next level. Like I would say, really, I haven't seen anybody else progress so well, so nicely in calisthenics. So that, and I think there are other small athletes. Obviously, Pearl is, I can still not believe that she's 10 years older to me and she's killing it. I still can't believe she's 10 years older to me and she's killing it. So I wish to be like her, or obviously, like her when I'm 10 years, at least like her in 10 years. So she has been like my inspiration, at least for my future, right? So that, yeah. But there are amazing, Kaustubh, there are so many amazing other female athletes that are not out in the light. Like they're not, well known, but they're doing so amazing by themselves. So I give a really huge respect, mad respect, and a huge appreciation to all of them, whoever is putting in that work and giving their best each damn day.
Like it's a 5 second silence to all these athletes for
Respect,
the
definitely
Yeah.
respect.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Like this, all the athletes, what I have seen is like been seeing this scene from starting 2018 from ASW to having only 50 people as a participants to growing around 200 plus competitions. Having an international competition in India was amazing.
Yes.
So yeah, one last thing you want to say to all the aspiring calisthenics athletes and professionals listening to these episodes of yours, listening to your story.
Okay. I just have 5 simple things that I want to say. Firstly, guys, take it slow. Don't be in a hurry. No matter at what level you are at, just go with the flow. And I cannot stress enough on this, because just remember that you cannot force nature. You can't force a tree to grow fast. So you can't force your body to do more than what it can do, right? Yes, limitations, you have to break them, but not too much. So first thing is, take it slow and don't be in a hurry. Enjoy your process. Second thing is, yes, enjoying the process. Don't be so hooked up on like trying to reach out to your goal that you fail to enjoy the progress. So many people, they say go no pain no gain and stuff, but if you don't enjoy the process, even the gains will be not as much. The true purpose of calisthenics will not be fulfilled if you don't enjoy the process. The third thing is, don't compare yourself with anybody else. Your journey is different from their journey. Don't compare your progress. Each person goes through different things, different factors. So never ever compare yourself with anybody. It is not even good for your own, self. The fourth thing is, don't chase progress, but chase excellence. What I mean is, don't chase reps, meaning don't be like, oh, I want to do 20 reps, I want to do 30 reps, but chase excellence. Make sure, even if you're doing one pull-up, do it in such an amazing form that you do justice to whatever you're doing, right? So that is the only reason why even I don't go back to front lever, because I know that I need to work on my form. There's no point in increasing the repetition or the time without the form being corrected. So remember, don't chase progress, but chase excellence. And the last one is, master your basics. When you master your basics, you will be strong enough to try anything you want in your life, and you will have the confidence to try that. So don't skip to something, don't skip to a skill directly. Okay, one pull-up, don't directly skip to a back lever, right? Make sure your pull-ups are strong. Make sure your core strength is strong. Make sure your push-ups are strong. And then you start exploring your limits or possibilities.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Seema.
Thank you so much for having me, Kaustubh.
It was really fun. I did not even understand. Holy shit. It's 1 hour, 30 minutes above.
Oh, man.
Okay?
Yeah, that's true. And I don't believe that.
I thought it would be like at least 45 to 60 minutes, and it's amazing that we had such a good conversation.
Yeah, man, I really had fun talking to you, and I really appreciate what you're doing. People, you're giving an opportunity for people like me to share our personal stories with the entire population, even across the world, and it's documented.
Yes.
So they're gonna be there forever. It's just amazing, man. Amazing what you're doing. Keep doing this.
Thank you so much, and I'm gonna make sure that this episode goes as high as possible, reach to the more people.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
so
having me
much.
again.
See you until then.
See you, man. Take care.
See you. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Take care.
Bye.
Well, that was a fun episode to record, and I know you and I have got to know a lot of things about Hema, which is truly inspiring to us and has definitely motivated us to even work harder on our goal. So, if you have been listening till here, thank you so much. It means a lot, and see you in the next episodes, which will be coming up next Monday at 12 p.m. And please make sure to share this podcast with all your friends, Cali athletes, and follow us on Instagram at 0to calisthenics.com and Hema at _cbgirl_. Until then, keep working smarter. That's what I would love to say. Then go hard, set your goals priorly with your workout. Then make sure to plan your workout accordingly or hire a coach. That's the best investment you can do in the initial days. If you have any queries, questions, or need any assistance, or you can just want to put a suggestion, you can mail me at 0to calisthenics.com or ask at 0to calisthenics.com. Peace. See you in the next episodes.